I have gotten a lot of comments on my last video telling me to make a pitch for Absolute Hulk, and just the concept alone of an Absolute Hulk is something I had to do justice. So I have created the perfect Absolute Hulk pitch that is my best Absolute pitch yet, and perfectly fits into DC's new Absolute universe alongside Absolute Batman and alongside Absolute Wonder Woman. Now, if you're unaware of what Absolute versions of superheroes are, or you haven't seen my other Absolute videos, I'll give you a short summary of what Absolute superheroes are. A short summary of Absolute superheroes are a new comic line DC has started where they take away a core aspect from a character and see how that changes them. The most iconic one, of course, is Absolute Batman, where they took away him growing up rich and instead he had to become 10 times stronger to make up for not having all his cool tech. But he's still Batman at heart and gets a cool new costume that utilizes tech that an average man can't get, like knives for ears and an axe as a bat symbol. And also a more recent one, this giant tank like Batmobile. And they're doing this with a lot of characters like an Absolute Green Lantern, Absolute Flash, Superman, and so much more. But that is just a brief overview of an Absolute version of a superhero could look like. And I want to take this idea and apply it to Hulk, one of the most iconic superheroes of all time, even being in Marvel's original big three. But before I get into that, I just wanted to ask you guys to subscribe because 99% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So don't be that 99%, hit that subscribe button, it's free. But let's get back into the video. So we have already seen versions of Hulk reach crazy levels of strength with World Breaker Hulk and Immortal Hulk. But I wanted to lay out what his story could look like if we took away a core aspect from Hulk instead of simply just giving him more strength, because we have already seen that done before, and plus base Hulk is already strong enough to take down planetary threats alone. Because the whole Absolute versions is that we take away something that makes him a better hero, but make it so that they're still true to the character. For Batman, we took away his money, but he still fights crime just with different tools, and Superman didn't grow up on a farm, instead he grew up on Krypton, but still fights for the weak because he knows what it feels like not to be able to save yourself, because he watched his parents die on Krypton. So what I want to take away from Hulk's backstory was difficult because Hulk's backstory is so iconic. We all know Bruce Banner gets infected by gamma radiation and becomes a Hulk and struggles with containing this angry personality called the Hulk. But I decided the thing I want to take away from the Hulk to fit in perfectly into this Absolute universe was, what if Hulk was born with the Hulk powers when he was a baby, and because of that he struggles even more to contain the Hulk personality. Now I know that might sound crazy for a baby to have the Hulk powers, but let me cook, because I want this version of Absolute Hulk to struggle even more containing the Hulk by making it even feel more like another personality alongside Bruce Banner. So here's how I would approach giving Bruce Banner Hulk powers since he was born. So we all know in some versions and some of the more iconic versions of the comic, the Hulk serum is a failed super soldier serum that is supposed to make people like Captain America, but is a failure and ends up making Bruce Banner the Hulk. So I wanted to take this idea, and instead of Bruce Banner getting the serum at his 30s or late 20s, I wanted to give him the serum at a younger age. So how this would happen is that in this version of the Marvel Universe, the government is using babies to test their prototype super soldier serum, and Bruce Banner is one of the babies. The government in this Marvel Universe is much like Vought from the Boys universe, giving Temp B to babies to create superheroes, but instead in this Marvel Universe, they're giving out super soldier serums to create better soldiers like Captain America. So since Bruce Banner is one of the babies that is getting tested on, he ends up getting the prototype super soldier serum. But what the scientists didn't realize is that the serum was infected with gamma radiation due to a nearby nuclear power plant, causing this version of the super soldier serum to get infected. So this super soldier serum ends up being the serum that gives Bruce Banner the Hulk powers. But what the scientists didn't plan for when giving the super soldier serum to the babies, unlike the regular 30-year-old Hulk we usually have in the Marvel Universe, this version of the Hulk at a young age doesn't know how to control his emotions, especially since he's a baby when he gets it. And in minutes of getting the serum, this laboratory gets destroyed, and this event is like a myth to the rest of the world, where apparently the respondings of a multicolored monster destroying a government laboratory. So after this laboratory gets destroyed, Bruce Banner is found on the street after he goes back into his human baby form and gets sent to a hospital, and ends up growing up in a foster home as sort of a sleeper agent that only he knows his true nature. And because of this Bruce Banner ends up growing up with a huge multiple personality disorder, because this version of Bruce Banner always had the Hulk personality growing up. He doesn't really know who the real Bruce Banner is, so he has this kind of confliction inside of him. Is the real Bruce Banner human, or is it the angry personality at the back of his head telling him to always let loose? And this Absolute Hulk has its mind of its own. Unlike the regular Hulk, he often acts like a kid because he has only been alive for such a short amount of time and being a one-dimensional being of just anger. But this Hulk grew up alongside Bruce Banner and is at the same comprehension level as Bruce Banner. But Bruce Banner is still the smarter one out of the two, smarter than Hulk at least when it comes to science. So this Absolute Hulk will be like a devil on Bruce Banner's shoulder, always poking at him to let loose. And this version of Absolute Hulk will be a relatively young Hulk in his late teens, like around 18 years years old, still trying to find himself with having this multiple personality disorder. So since Bruce Banner has this multiple personality disorder, or at least he thinks it's a disorder, every day Bruce Banner wakes up tired and sore, realizing that the Hulk takes over when he sleeps, and finds out when the Hulk takes over when he starts having these lapses in his memories, and wakes up after days or even weeks without remembering anything that happened. And the only reason he knows that Hulk exists is when he turns on the news and he sees the green rampaging monster on the news, and he secretly knows that's his other personality but ignores it because he feels like he can't do anything about it. Until one day, Bruce Banner wakes up and turns on the TV and sees a red Hulk spotted on the news and realizes maybe there are more like him out there. So for the first time ever, Bruce Banner tries to talk to the Hulk. Up until this point, Absolute Hulk was the only one ever trying to reach out to him, but never the other way around. So Bruce Banner talks to the Hulk and asks him if there are more of them like them out there and where did they come from. And Absolute Hulk responds, yes, there are more of us out there and they're trying to find a cure to their disease. And after this revelation, Bruce Banner wants to know more. So Hulk guides Bruce Banner to the laboratory they were born in and tells them what happened here and tells them about all the other babies who hulked out and doesn't know how many kids survived. But at the back of Bruce Banner's head, he knows at least 2 of them made it out alive. Him and the one he saw on TV, Red Hulk. So Bruce asks Hulk if there's any way to get rid of this Hulk disease so they can be normal as a person with multiple personality disorder can be. So Hulk tells them we can make a cure. He just needs Bruce Banner to make the cure since he is smarter than Hulk. He says Bruce Banner can make the cure while Hulk gathers the resources he needs because they are broke and have to resort to stealing the resources to create this cure. Since Bruce has been fighting for everything his whole entire life, he doesn't see a problem with stealing. And for the first time, Bruce lets Absolute Hulk take over his body for the first time. And then Bruce Banner wakes up days later, tired and sore, and asks if Hulk has gathered all the resources he needed to make the cure. And Hulk responds, yes. So Bruce Banner heads back to the laboratory, and as he's heading over there, he notices a blue Hulk reported recently on the TV news, and finds it a little weird how more Hulks are showing up recently, and can't wait to help them and cure them all. Once he gets back to the laboratory, he sees all the resources that the Hulk brought to him to make the cure and the cure instructions Hulk found. So Bruce works on it with the Hulk personally guiding him to the resources he brought, and once they finish the cure, Absolute Hulk and Bruce have this heart-to-heart about how they finally can be human and can finally become one of getting rid of this Hulk transformation. Then Bruce Banner takes the serum and realizes he starts to change, but not in a good way. He transforms into the Hulk, and that's when Absolute Hulk says he tricked him. There was no cure. What they took was just the Hulk serum, but again, Absolute Hulk was just tired of being in the back seat and now will become the main driver of their bodies. And Bruce asks Hulk out of confusion, what about the other Hulks we were supposed to save? What about the blue Hulk and the red Hulk I saw on TV? And that's when Absolute Hulk has a big reveal that we were the only ones who survived that laboratory. All the other subjects never became the Hulk. And Bruce Banner says, what about all the other Hulks we see on TV? That's when Hulk says, there are all of us. And Bruce Banner realizes that his multiple personality disorder was more than just him and the Hulk, but he had all these other dormant personalities that he never knew about. Only Absolute Hulk knew about, and had the connections to these other personalities that had been hidden from him all this time. That's when the laboratory was destroyed and they saw all these multicolored Hulks, they were all just him. And this Absolute Hulk takes over along with all the other personalities that have been waiting to break free. And for the first time, the rules are finally reversed. Bruce Banner is finally the dormant personality, and Hulk is now in charge for the rest of their life. But that is my pitch for Absolute Hulk. This is one of my most ambitious pitches yet. Hulk's struggle with controlling the Hulk personality is one of the most interesting parts, at least for me, when it comes to the Hulk. So I wanted to lean into that heavily with this pitch. And another reason why I wanted to take Hulk in this direction was because he was played by the obvious Tyler Durden in the Fight Club. So I obviously wanted to lean into that, of this Bruce Banner not realizing all these other personalities he didn't know about until the Hulk finally took over. And also to have this Absolute Hulk have this opposite dynamic of him being in control while Bruce Banner is the one in the backseat hidden in his head. But let me know what you think of this pitch. Did you like it? Obviously this story could be very much fleshed out. This was just a quick breakdown of what the story could look like, but I would love to hear your guys' pitches for Absolute Hulk down in the comments down below. I love all the comments you guys leave from the last videos. I hope to see even more comments in this video, and let me know what other Absolute pitches you want to see next. Hope to see you guys next time. Later, hater. Peace.